Ladies and gentlemen, your boy, Alyx, man, is getting the shivers. I'm starting to get that feeling in my arm, that tingling sensation that I just watched one hell of a show. God damn. What a show that was. NXT is back for Chicago. I am here to talk about that, the matches, the show overall, brought to you by your boy Alyx, man. And of course, we are live here on YouTube. What a glorious show this was. My God, I really enjoyed NXT Takeover Chicago. Every match delivered, not a single bad match, as expected from NXT. But this one had that punch. I felt like NXT, at least for the last half year, since NXT Dallas last year, NXT to me has missed that punch. It's been good shows. Let's get something straight. It's one of those things where, yeah, the shows have been good. Match quality has always been great. But I felt like, in my opinion, NXT has missed that punch that lets you know you got to keep watching NXT. You can't miss a single episode. I got that tonight. At the end of TakeOver Chicago, I got that punch that I received when I watched NXT Arrival, NXT Takeover the first one, 2014, NXT Fatal 4-Way, NXT Our Evolution, NXT, you name it, Rival, NXT Dallas, all those shows that made me go, NXT Brooklyn 1 and 2, all those shows that made me go, well, not 2, but 1, all those shows make me go, this is why I'm an NXT fan. This is why I say NXT is the #1 brand in WWE. And for a short time, NXT was reduced to being the second best, and SmackDown was the best. I gotta say, NXT, you're back, man. #1 again. #1 yet again. NXT is the brand, the #1 brand in WWE. And NXT TakeOver Chicago is the show that made it #1 again. What an awesome show. Awesome show from top to bottom. I ask you, what is your opinion on this show? What is your grade for the show? Leave it down below in the comments. And of course, if you're in the live chat, give me your opinions. I'll be reading your thoughts as I definitely get into this show. I got to get your thoughts on this, man. What a show this was. I felt like NXT is back on track. It is #1 again. I felt like, oh my God, especially that UK match, the UK Championship match. I'll get to it in a second. But when this year is over, that will be in my top 10. I don't see anything coming close to that. Good luck. Good luck. That will be in my top 10. This early, too. I mean, it's only the first half of the year, yes, but I don't see anything topping that match. That match was, oh my God. What an awesome UK match. It's the shot in the arm NXT needed. It was definitely a show that defined wrestling. This is wrestling. This is why I am a wrestling fan. You feel that? You feel that goosebumps, ladies and gentlemen? That was done by NXT. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. First off, Chicago. As always, Chicago, you delivered. As an audience, you brought the fire, you brought the excitement, you showed the respect. Even during one match in particular, there were CM Punk chants. And you booed them. So 2 thumbs up for that. Thank you for drawing up those CM Punk chants because it's not necessary. It was unnecessary for the match. It was unnecessary for the show. And to the people who booed the CM Punk chants, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Chicago was an awesome crowd. A great crowd. It helped everything feel a lot more special than what it really was. Thank you. Thank you. Also, thank you to Jim Ross. Jim Ross did a great job, an amazing job for that UK match. And I felt like his voice helped make it a lot more special than it had every right to be. That match was awesome as it is, but then Jim Ross and the crowd just took it to whole new levels. I gotta talk about that match. I don't usually go out of order, but screw it. I'm going straight to the UK match. Let's talk about the United Kingdom Championship match, the very first one on any NXT TakeOver special. Tyler Bate, your champion, taking on the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. One of the best matches I've seen under a WWE umbrella since... I was going to say Shawn Michaels and Taker, WrestleMania 25. No, I'm going to say CM Punk and John Cena, 2011. Thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, still thinking about it. I've thought about it too long. I'm going with it. What an amazing match. What a fantastic outing from both men. If you were not a fan of the UK tournament, or you haven't seen it, or you just weren't into these characters because of that tournament, or you were just waiting for something to grab you, you saw this match, I guarantee you became a fan of both the Bruiserweight and Tyler Bate. A match of the year contender, by far, definitely WWE's best match they've done all year. Out of any match we've seen on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, this is the best match we've had. This is #1 in WWE. Good luck typing this. I don't see any match in Backlash. We'll see at Extreme Rules, SummerSlam down the line. I don't see any match topping this. Good luck. Good freaking luck. You have to go above and beyond because these two tore it down. This match had everything you can want, though, man. Great commentary, amazing action, never before seen moves, fast-paced, exhilarating moments, a great finish. Freaking Tyler Bate did a spiral tap. I thought only AJ Styles could do that crap, but nope. Tyler Bate did a spiral tap on Pete Dunne. It was, oh my God, it had everything. Great wrestling, great high flying. By the way, Randy Orton, you can suck it. Because sometimes you do need to have dives in your matches to really grab the audience nowadays. So screw anybody that believes that Rip Rogers piece of garbage, who's sorry, but Rip Rogers is out of touch. You're out of touch. You know, I just got done watching, excuse me while I get off topic, I just got done watching Will Ospreay versus Ricochet and the Best of the Super Juniors, New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I just told myself while watching that match, awesome match by the way, you know what? Maybe we should just stop fighting change. Because I feel like WWE is fighting the change that's staring it in the face. And it's really pissing me off because they're sticking to an old school mentality. An old school mentality that's dead. It's dead. Nobody's watching you anymore. Nobody cares about the product anymore because it feels like it's not moving forward. And I look at matches like the UK match, and I go, this is what we should be getting on the main roster. This is the kind of match I want to see on my pay-per-views. This is the kind of stuff I want to pay money to go see live. But we're stuck getting freaking Randy Orton and his Rip Rogers mentality in the main event. And it's really starting to irritate me. It really is. Maybe we should stop fighting the change. Maybe we should accept the change and let it happen. Rollins, Miz, Finn Balor had an awesome match of that caliber on Raw. One of the gems of Raw I've seen in a long time. Maybe we should just stop. Just stop and realize nowadays the match that we got with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, that is the match we should be getting. Now, I'm not saying that's all we should be getting. Of course, we need big man matches. We need a variety in women's matches. I get that. But these matches are very underappreciated. And matches like this, I feel like if they were to get the spotlight, a WWE spotlight, they could make the WWE so much money. I'm not even kidding you. And yeah, people saw it on the network. But let's be real. 100.5 million, excuse me, 100, not even 100 million, excuse me. I wish it was 100 million. But 1.5 million, that's what I was trying to say. 1.5 million fans compared to billions or 10 million. Come on now. But look, I gotta say this, man. Both Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne looked amazing. Jim Ross and Nigel McGuinness made them look like $1 million bucks. And of course, Chicago, being an awesome crowd, just made it all that much more exciting. I gotta say, man, you know, I was going back and forth or whether this is an A or an A+. I haven't had that struggle since watching my WrestleMania series. I'm serious with you. I have not had this much trouble trying to decide if this is an A or A+ match. If this is a match that in 10 years, I'm going to remember what these two did on this special. In 10 years, I will look back on what Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne did and go, this is a classic match. In 10 years, I will look back on this match and go, this opened the doors for the UK market in wrestling and helped the American audience appreciate that a lot more. Am I going to be able to say that in 10 years? Because if I am going to say yes to that, then it's an A+. It's a classic. I don't know. I'm torn, so I'm leaving it. This is what I'm going to do. For the first time ever in my live reviews, you are going to help me decide if this is an A+ or an A match. Because quite frankly, I don't care either way. It's either fantastic or it's a classic. Fantastic or a classic. Fantastic is A, classic is A+. So let's do it right here, right now. Live chat. Also in the comments later on if you want to give your opinions. But in the live chat right now, you're going to tell me A+ or A. A+ or A. What's it going to be? Live chat. Let's go. Okay. Getting a lot of A+'s in my chat. A+, 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 A+. Got a couple of A's. Got a B+ here. Got an A and A. An A+, and A+. Got some classics here. People are saying that Dave Meltzer will rate that a 5-star. Dave Meltzer rates it a 5-star, and then it's definitely a classic, I guess. A+, A+, A double plus. A+, a lot of A+. They're just rating in the A+. Now, someone said that there's no story. I don't agree with that. There was definitely a story behind that, especially if you look at their journey from the UK tournament all the way to this. There's a story. There's a story that you just have to be able to follow it. And yeah, I do think there was a story behind it. That was definitely a classic. I gotta think. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know what? Let's go. Let's do it. I might change my mind on this in the future, but as of right now, I'm feeling an A+. This is a classic. The UK classic. The very first UK, they've had UK special, of course, but to me, here's what I'm going to say. When Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne had their first match at the UK tournament, I gave that an A. Right? This was better than that match. So, technically, based off of my scale, this is an A+ match. It's a classic. And I do think in time, as we look back through the history of WWE, this will be remembered. I will remember this match. And it's definitely a match I think could turn any of my friends into wrestling fans. At least for the UK audience. So, you guys have decided this is definitely an A+ match. Oh my God. And yes, by far, match of the year for WWE. Number one. And I don't think anything's topping this. Screw it. This is not going to be top. If you top WWE, this is what I'm going to say. I'm moving on, I promise. If you manage to top this match in any shape or form, whether it's on Raw, SmackDown, or it's NXT again, if there is anybody that is willing to top this match, I dare you. This is my message to everybody in WWE and NXT. This is the bar. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne have set the bar for WWE performers. I dare you to top this match. I freaking dare you. Women, tag teams, wrestlers, singles wrestlers, whatever. I dare you to top this match. Because honestly, I don't think you can. That's my dare to you. Bring it. Top this match. Top this freaking match. Whew. Felt good. All right, let's get to the rest of the show. Let's get to the rest of it. So we kick off the show, going backwards now, to Roderick Strong, Roddy, versus Eric Young with Sanity. I like how Roderick Strong came out and attacked Sanity before the match to help even the odds. Thought that was really cool. And it was a stiff match. You know what? I've seen Roderick Strong wrestle in ROH and many other wrestling companies, PWG and others. I've seen him wrestle a long time. There's something about him now that's different. And like I said, ever since they did the Who is Roderick Strong special, I felt a connection with him that I've never felt before. Because before any of this, he's just been a wrestler. A great wrestler, but just a wrestler. I don't put him above anybody when he was in ROH. I'm just like, he's no different than this guy or this guy, this guy. He's not a Kevin Steen. He's not an El Generico. He's not a Tyler Black. He's not a Bryan Danielson. He's not a CM Punk. He's not a Samoa Joe. He's not an AJ Styles. He's not a Christopher Daniels. He's none of them. Because I was just like, what the hell is he? He's a great wrestler, but I don't care. Even when he was champion, I'm like, I still like Zack Sabre Jr. more. There's something about him now in NXT that just pops with me. And I think it was because NXT did a great job of explaining to me who he is, why he does what he does. And so now I want him to succeed. Oh my God, what a concept. And in this match, I was rooting for him. I was rooting for him to beat Eric Young, who is by far one of the best heel workers in the company right now. Oh my God, love Eric Young. I hope he never turns babyface. This is just my opinion. I know people like him, but here's my thing. I've always thought Eric Young was a mid-card babyface at most. But I think he's a main event heel. Oh, by far. I do think if he's ever going to be in the main event, it will be as a heel. He's a really good heel. I love Eric Young as a heel performer. So this match was solid, man. Solid match overall. I love the ending. I love that he debuted End of Heartbreak. End of Heartbreak was that release suplex backbreaker. Oh, it was beautiful. What a beauty of a finisher. Freaking suplex, tossed him up. He falls down onto his knees. Beautiful. Now, don't expect him to do that to everybody. He's going to only have to do that to people who are at least capable of making it look good. He's not doing that to a Big Show or a Killian Dane or a Braun Strowman. He can probably do that to Roman Reigns, but we'll see. But don't expect him to do it to anybody and everybody. Only to the people who can make it look good. So, yeah, that was a beautiful finisher. Loved End of Heartbreak. End of Heartbreak. Heartbreak is a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Appropriate term for this show. We have a lot of heartbreaking things coming up. And when I mean heartbreak, oh my God, seriously. But man, that freaking opening contest was great. I already talked about the UK match. I'm not going to talk about it too much. But Pete Dunne is now your new United Kingdom champion. I look forward to seeing what Pete Dunne does. I am looking forward to seeing how Pete Dunne carries that belt. I think he's going to be a great heel champion. He's about to take this UK show by storm. And I feel like, personally, I thought Tyler Bate was a great babyface champion. I just kind of feel like the show would be a lot better with Pete Dunne on top. So let's see what happens. They might have a rematch. If they have a rematch, I'm watching it. You goddamn right I'm watching it. All right, let's go on to the women's match. The women's championship triple threat match. We got Asuka versus Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross. Ruby Riott was a fan favorite here in Chicago. Yeah, she got over in Chicago, man. And I've always felt she just has it, man. She has it. I felt the only thing Ruby Riott needed, and I've said this millions of times, is a microphone. Give her a microphone and let her get over. And look at this. She's already getting over. She's only been here for not even that long. Like, what, 2 months? At most? And she's already over. Let's see where she is in a year. Let's see where she is in a year. If she's still in NXT, I'd say she would be an NXT champion. Who knows? I don't care. I think she's great. But yeah, Ruby Riott, man. That's one hell of a woman. It was a great match. I'll say this. I knew there was no way in hell this triple threat match was going to top that UK match. There was no way in hell that these guys were going to top the UK match. And I was a little worried about that. I'm like, ooh, they have to follow this UK match. Oh, man. But you know what? I will say this. Good. They did good. Because to me, it put them in a spotlight. They put them in that right place to where they either sunk or swum. And they swum. They did swim. And I'm very happy that they were able to keep the audience's interest. despite following what I consider to be one of the greatest matches in WWE over the last decade. Seriously. Asuka, in my opinion, has to be one of the best champions in WWE. Not just NXT, but WWE, period. She looks like a monster right now. And I dare say she's probably one of the biggest drawing champions they have. I mean, Chicago was packed. And she looks so good as a champion. I think people, if I'm not mistaken, she holds that belt to the next NXT special, which I believe is NXT Brooklyn. If she holds that belt all the way to that point, she will be the longest reigning champion in WWE's history. She will beat the New Day, which I do think she's going to do. I do think she's going to hold that belt all the way until NXT Takeover Brooklyn. She did retain the belt tonight. Like I said, it was a great match. I mean, there were a couple of sloppy parts in it, but it didn't hurt the match too much for me. I just thought it was good. It delivered. Let's talk about Ember Moon. Because I do know that, what is it, in a couple of weeks? It's got to be in a few weeks. We're going to do a women's tournament. It's going to be a network special for the women. And there is rumors going around that the winner of that tournament will fight Asuka, and that person will beat Asuka. I have to be honest with you. I don't feel like, and this is just my opinion, whoever wins that tournament, wonderful. I do not feel like that person should beat Asuka. I think the person that should beat Asuka and the right person to beat her and end her reign because of the story that it's telling is Ember Moon. It needs to be Ember Moon. Because if it's anybody else, it won't feel right. I'm sorry. It's not going to feel right if it's anybody else. I don't care who it is. It could be Awesome freaking Kong that comes in and wins the tournament. That would be awesome. No pun intended. But no, it's not. I don't even think Awesome Kong would beat Asuka. Should be Asuka because it won't feel right. I honestly do believe it should be Ember Moon. It should be Ember Moon. The story tells itself. And you can tell the story that Asuka deliberately took out Ember Moon so she would not get a shot. And you can just use that as Ember's, as her, her motivation, her way to want to go after Asuka. You can just really just build this match with so much sympathy and a ton of heat with Asuka clearly turning heel. Asuka's a heel now. If you haven't seen NXT as of lately, Asuka has become so egotistical, has become so cocky, has become so complacent that I love the segment they did on NXT where she's doing the interview and they ask her, who can beat you? Asuka goes, next question. Are you afraid of Ember Moon? Next question. She walks out the car. She sees the audience. They're going, hey, Asuka. And she's like, yeah, Asuka, Asuka. And then she walks away. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sick of these people. I'm so sick of these people. And I'm just like, this is the perfect story for Ember Moon. The story tells itself. Asuka gets cocky. She lets her guard down. Or not just that she lets her guard down. Asuka fears losing that top tier spot. Because as of right now, Asuka by far is the best female wrestler in WWE. Oh, by far. Without question. But when you're on top for a long time, you get cocky, you get arrogant. And that's when you fall. And who better to knock her off her pedestal than Ember Moon? So I really do hope that I see Ember Moon. I really do hope that I see Ember Moon take Asuka's championship. Before I go on to the last two matches, no Adam Cole. I just realized that. I was hoping to see Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly, one of those two here. No, we didn't get either one of them. No Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly. Instead, we got Kevin Owens. And as soon as I saw Kevin Owens, I'm like, okay, where is he? Where's Sami Zayn? Where is he? Because you can't go anywhere without having Owens and Zayn near each other. And 5 seconds later, there's Sami Zayn sitting next to Pat Patterson and Cassius Ohno. I'm like, Kevin Owens can't go anywhere without Sami Zayn following him. Jesus Christ. They're just destined to be there forever. All right. NXT Championship. Yeah. NXT Championship. It didn't go on last. Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami did not close the show for a good reason. So it went on second before last. I gotta say, it was a good match. But after watching it, I just kind of told myself, yeah, that was probably a good decision not to have that go on last. This was not Hideo's night. I did not think, based off of the show that we got and what happened on it, what was scheduled to happen on it, this was not his night. With everything that took place, no, this was not Hideo's night. So I'm kind of glad that he didn't win, but I'm heartbroken at the same time. I'm heartbroken by a lot of things that happened on this show. Again, heartbreak is the theme of the show. Heartbreak. You know, because end of Heartbreak is Roderick Strong's finisher. Ember Moon being taken out of the women's match. Heartbreak. You go. You know where I'm going with this. And Hideo Itami not winning the championship. Heartbreak. That was a heartbreaking finish. A great finish. The last 5 minutes of this match, awesome. Love the last 5 minutes. Good match overall, but the last 5 minutes are amazing. You see Hideo Itami go after Bobby Roode, teasing and teasing and teasing the GTS, and then when he finally hits it, Roode rolls out of the ring. And that sucks. It sucks. But I did like how they were selling certain injuries that hindered them from using the finisher, because I think Bobby Roode hurt his shoulder, which stopped him from using the glorious DDT. And Hideo Itami hurt his legs, which stopped him from using the GTS, but both of them still managed to hit the finisher. I love that. But I love the ending too, because Hideo Itami pulled the knee strap down, his knee pad down, and was going for the last GTS, and then Bobby Roode countered it to a glorious DDT. 2 of them. He rolled into the second one and hit it and pins a 1, 2, 3 clean. Oh, man. That was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking, man. I really wanted Hideo Itami to win, but it wasn't his night. If he gets one more opportunity, if they don't move him up, and please don't move him up, if Hideo Itami is going to be our next champion, it was probably a good idea not to have him win here. He will most likely win it at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. And that will be his night. It will be his night, and that will be the time he wins this belt. So, yeah, I'm fine with him not winning. It tells more of a story. Fine with that. All right, let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about what you all came here to hear. You are all here to hear me, your boy, Alyx, man, talk about the craziness we got to close this show. So as soon as I heard that the tag team ladder match for the NXT Tag Team Championships was closing the show, in my mind I went, oh boy, here we go. Here we freaking go. Now, I'm happy that we closed with the tag team ladder match. I felt like, first off, there was no way the main event was going to follow what we got. No way in hell. Clearly. But also, it's a nice change of pace. It's a very nice change of pace. I still think about No Mercy 2016 when WWE opened up the show with the World Championship and the IC Championship didn't close, and I felt like it still should have closed. I'm happy NXT didn't do that. I'm happy they closed with the tag match because it was going to leave the biggest impact on the audience and the show. The match itself was amazing. Amazing match. Do I think it's the best ladder match of this year? No, I still kind of feel like the Hardys versus the Young Bucks, that match was definitely, oof. That ladder match was great. I love that match. But in terms of WWE matches, yeah, it's the best ladder match this year so far. So far, we still got Money in the Bank and other ladder matches coming up this year that will probably top it. But as of right now, amazing match by far. Lots of cool spots. The craziest spot to me was when we have AOP laying on ladders. They're laying on ladders that are put on the outside. We see Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY, climb up the ladder. They jump off at the same time and go crashing through. Now, Tommaso Ciampa successfully crashes through the ladder on one of the AOP members. But Johnny Gargano falls, hits this guy, and then flips over the ladder. He took a nasty bump. It looked nasty, man. It looked devastating. But DIY and AOP had an amazing match, man. I loved this tag match. And the ending, once again, man, the last 5 minutes, fantastic. You see this is where it really starts to get heartbreaking. You see, because when you put it all together, it just really adds more to that eventual ending. But AOP has a ladder, and we see Tommaso Ciampa on his knees groggling, like he's just out of it. And they're going to hit him with the ladder. Johnny Gargano, classic, no, pushes Tommaso Ciampa out of the way. Take me instead. And they shove that ladder right up Gargano's throat. It looked nasty. It looked devastating. And he flips. Just completely flips backwards. It looked like a crazy spot. And I love how Tommaso Ciampa lost his mind afterwards. And as one of the AOP members is climbing the ladder, he goes up behind them, German suplexes him off the ladder. They go through another ladder that's laying on the ropes, and they break the ladder in half. Crazy, crazy, crazy spot. It was nasty. But then in the end, we see DIY climb the ladder. They both are hanging from the championships. And then they fall into the arms of AOP. They get double powerbomb. And then AOP climbs the ladder and wins. The audience booed their asses off, man. They did not like that ending. It was heartbreaking. AOP retained. Bobby Roode retains. It's a heartbreaking show. It was a heartbreaking show. And then to really drive the stake into your freaking heart, just when you think you couldn't take no more, they drive the stake hard into your heart with what happened at the end. So I love how we see Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa celebrate. The audience is giving them standing ovation. They're hugging. And in my head, I'm going, uh-oh, here it comes. Here it comes. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And you see them up the ramp. They're walking up the ramp. And then the caption shows. I'm thinking, oh, okay. And just when you think it's going to cut off, that's when Tommaso Ciampa turns on Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa turns on Johnny Gargano. He throws him into the stage. He starts wailing on him. And in my head, I'm going, no. Come on. Guys, I predicted this heel turn to come a year ago. Almost a year ago. A while ago. I predicted this a long time ago. I saw it coming. I saw it coming during the Cruiserweight Classic. I'm like, he's going to turn on him in the future. And he didn't. He didn't, man. They held it off for a long time. They teased it. They built into it. They put the idea in our heads. And then they held it off until it actually meant something. Man, NXT is back! NXT! 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 That heel turn was freaking awesome. Love that. That's what I'm talking about, man. It makes sense, though. That's what's crazy about this heel turn. For someone like Tommaso Ciampa, who's called the what? The Sicilian psychopath. Psycho killer. Hello. It makes sense for him to turn on his friend. And I love how, while he was beating him up, just deadpan. Just completely deadpan. Like he didn't want to do it, but he had no choice. He knew what he was doing. From a storyline perspective, it was, oh my God, it's deep. He was just completely gone. And you see Johnny Gargano just, why? Why'd you do it? You know, he's grabbing at his chest. He's just helpless, and tears rolling down his face. I'm just like, oh my God, this is powerful. You know, he's just beating him down, just beating him up, and he's just deadpan, showing no emotion. And then we see Gargano climb the table, and then he puts Johnny Gargano in the position for like an air raid crash. And I'm thinking, okay, it's going to fall through the table. No. Oh, no, he didn't fall through that table. He walks to the edge of the table, and then he falls off the stage and crashes through the tables on the outside. I said he killed him. I think the psychopath killed Johnny Gargano. He killed him. He's dead. And as the paramedics were, you know, going to help Johnny Gargano, you see Tommaso Ciampa just sitting there with a deadpan face. And it made me think about Mick Foley. Mick Foley, when he said, the psychopath isn't someone that screams and yells and makes you think he's crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. He's the kind of guy that just looks and sits and acts like what he did was just normal. And Tommaso Ciampa just sat there like, what? What? I had to do it. He, you know, his logic will probably be he lost championships for us. And that's what's heartbreaking about it. The fact that Johnny Gargano sacrificed himself, and this is what he gets for it. Oh, an amazing heel turn. One of the best heel turns I've seen from WWE in a long time. I gotta say this, man. NXT is number 1. SmackDown, sorry, you're back to number 2. You're back to number 2. NXT is number 1. You did it. NXT, you're the freaking show. You did that. We're back. NXT is back. I felt like this show was amazing overall. And someone just said, someone just said right here in the live chat, it's like the Hardy Boys breaking up all over again. Yeah, it was heartbreaking, man. I gotta say this, though. That feud, the Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano feud, that's gonna be feud of the summer. They're about to have some of the best matches WWE has ever seen. Watch out. Watch the fuck out. I cannot. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is going to be fire. Because if I'm thinking what I think is happening, we're going to do Asuka and Ember Moon again. We're doing Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We're doing Heavy Machinery and AOP. We're going to do Hideo Itami versus Bobby Roode again. And whatever else we can throw in there. Those are the 4 matches that's going to headline Brooklyn. I can't wait for Brooklyn. I can't wait for Brooklyn. It's going to be great. NXT, I love you. Triple H, you're the freaking man. I love this show. I love this show. NXT. Yeah, definitely an A show. I'm giving this show. Let me see what grades I gave it. Let's just stop for a minute. Let's stop for a minute. A minus, A plus, B, B plus, B minus. What does that average out? That averages out to an A minus. So yeah, A minus. Not bad. Not bad. A minus. A great show, man. It just what a fantastic show. Definitely one of the best shows in WWE. At least for NXT. I felt like this is probably NXT's best show since. It's been a while. The shows have been good, but not this amazing. So definitely one of NXT's best shows in a while. And definitely WWE's best show this year so far. Nothing has come close to this. Even WrestleMania hasn't topped this show. Great show overall. So, all right. I'm going to end this by going to the live chat. Give me your thoughts on the show. How'd you guys feel about it? How'd you guys feel about it? What grade will you give this show? Oh, we're giving it to me right now. A minus, A, B plus, A plus, A plus, A plus. Wow, you guys are saying this is one of the greatest shows in the world, or period. Deluxe Man, I agree with you that NXT is the best show. At least NXT and SmackDown is 100% better than Raw. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. One of the best takeovers ever by Ryan. I appreciate that, man. Pay-per-view of the year for WWE. I agree with that. A plus, B, just a lot of A pluses. Super S plus. Calm down. It's not that good. Triple H should just take over. Triple H should just take over WWE already. You know what? After thinking about it, man. After thinking about it, really, the fact that he got, this is just how I feel. NXT got raped by the draft. And it took them a long time to recover. The fact that he managed to recover in such a short time and still managed to have a great show like this lets you know what kind of a show NXT is. And I'm looking forward to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's going to be great. I don't care what anybody says. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me about whatever. But I'm looking forward to Brooklyn. That's going to be a great show. Let's see here. I believe NXT and ROH are the top 2 brands. We'll see. Let's see. Any wrestling show is better than Raw these days. Yeah. No, I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't because that's pretty accurate. NXT TakeOver Heartbreak. It gets an A+. I love that. NXT TakeOver Heartbreak. Seriously, that's what it should be called. All right, a couple more things. Brooklyn 3 is going to be lit. I agree. I agree with your youngling slang, your little slangy slanging thing, and you're slanging your slangs all over the slangs. Yeah, it's going to be lit. You're lit. It's going to be on fire. It's going to be straight fire. I got to get my Becky Lynch in there. All right, a couple more. Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano should be for the NXT Championship. Right? Right? I'm cool with it being about Hideo Itami, though. Let Hideo Itami have that. Let these guys have a program by themselves. Oh, my God. NXT Takeover Brooklyn's going to be fire. I can't wait for it. Oh, man. Okay, one more. Let's see here. There's a lot of things. It's a lot of stuff going through. I just want to pick one that I liked. NXT just killed Raw. Perfect. That's a great way to end it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my live streaming here. As always, if this is the first time watching me, as it says right here, subscribe and like. I promise you, you will not regret it. And as always, like me on Facebook at DeluxeManWorld, follow me on Twitter at DeluxeManVX1, and donate to my Patreon if you want to help improve the quality of this channel. And as you know, YouTube's ad apocalypse is really killing me in terms of money, so I would really appreciate your donations. You can, help me out. But tomorrow, WWE Backlash. I seriously doubt that show's topping this, but good luck. Good luck. You're not topping this show. I'm sorry, but you're not going to top this show, but I want to see you try. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for my WWE Backlash review and results. This is your boy, DeluxeMan, signing off in DeluxeMan's world. You guys take it easy. Peace.